Hi, my name is Sergey Jivetin, and I'm an artist that shows with Ornamentum Gallery in Hudson, New York. And this is my work. So this is the first piece that I did in this series, entitled Accumulus. And actually for the whole series, the inspiration that the form language that I wanted to use is actually quite simple. And it's a comic book cloud. It's a very idyllic, very recognizable form that basically has very little physical, tactile association with it. So I guess I wanted to use my artistic license to give it that particular form, speak with materials rather than with the graphic language. And for this, basically for the series, I tried to use a pair of materials in each piece. Materials which are not necessarily associated together, but yet would seem to make sense, and would seem to make sense with the idea that I wanted to get across. And the material of this piece is real eggs and Kevlar, which is the bulletproof vest material. And each one of the eggs is lined with that carbon fiber, and that makes it virtually bulletproof. And the piece, this is a necklace, by the way, and there is a lock, and you can actually see a little bit of carbon fiber, which is the basic skeletal material which makes the piece work. And it articulates, and for me, actually the tactility, the participation, actually touching, handling a piece of jewelry was one of the primary importance. These are the brooches, which personally I like to wear on the shoulder. And this is the same material, the Kevlar, goes underneath the clothing, and then the pin kind of snaps on it. The next piece, which I'd like to introduce, is made from fishing hooks and white coral. And I guess it's called the bait accumulus. And I guess I wanted to use the traditional jewelry material, white coral, and almost camouflage the, I guess, the raw quality of fishing hooks under them. And I think the real beauty of these pieces is almost you have to look closer at what the underlying structure of them is, and it's not just the visually immediately appealing, but it's the subtler qualities that I think the real emphasis of the pieces are. This piece is made with broken teacup and creamer handles, and then a bathroom tile sealer. And it articulates, by the way, all of these pieces are necklaces, and they are meant to be worn, they are fully functional. And the materials themselves have been altered in such a way that to make them wearable, to make these fragile materials wearable, took a lot of engineering, took a lot of experimentation, but I think I actually did not want that to show completely. I wanted it to be somewhat hidden, so that the viewer has a chance to realize what they are and how they put together only after a careful examination. Then this piece is made with vintage eyeglass frames, and then false eyelashes at the hinges. So it's one of the more delicate pieces in the series, and I think the linear quality, the gestural quality of the lines was the primary emphasis of this particular piece. This is actually one of the last pieces I did in the series, and there was a lot of different possibilities for the materials for this one, but I decided to drop them all and just have a very plain, raw, unadorned, undecorated, I guess, juxtaposition of materials. The white material that you see here is actually pre-bent ivory. These are scraps from a piano factory. And so basically these are just slices. There is no adornment, there is no carving, there is no alteration of the form. And you can still see it's almost a bark-like quality on the sides of these. And I wanted to make sure that the origin of the material is, in a sense, enhanced in a piece. And for that matter, I tried to find complementing material which would hint at almost this rather terrifying origin of it. And for that, I chose hanging hooks. I went to I found blacksmithing scraps, hooks, which I thought would work absolutely perfectly with the idea of giving a hint of this almost violent nature, forged kind of nature, but yet raw and let's say unsynthesized. I don't know whether or not there is that particular term. And then the last piece that you can see here is made with sections of compact fluorescent light bulbs, which are on the inside lined with epoxy resin. And then a portion of the piece is actually made from crushed candles, which I cast inside these fragments of the light bulbs and then pulled them out and exposed them. So again, it's a functional piece of jewelry with some very fragile materials, but I think I have been able to engineer it in such a way to make it fully wearable, but yet retain the authenticity of the materials, the feel of the texture surfaces, the I guess the viscosity, the oiliness even of the wax, of the paraffin wax. So I think it's quite important for that. The tactile experience of these pieces is very important for the idea. Now, there is also a series of portraits on the wall that you see. And the reason why I call these portraits is that these are MRI scans, basically, of a contour of the human torso at the 6 thoracic vertebrae. And the form is basically the same throughout of these, obviously, because the human bodies are generally the same. But the individuality, the idiosyncrasies of each particular person, I think is incredibly important to give each piece its own presence. The main ideas which I did want the audience to get into when looking at this work would be the relationship between the tactile experience and the graphic experience. That something that is just beyond reach, but yet something that you can later grasp and feel and actually wear, become a part of. For that, I really feel like I really needed to use a variety of materials, variety of forms, well, not forms, variety of materials, variety of textures, to give the idea a full realization. There is also going to be a larger opening in Hudson of Cumulus with several other pieces, and I guess that's that. Thank you.